Welcome to Chattergang, a pod about the magic and the gathering. I'm your host, Hope Speakin', but you can call me Jose. And today I'm actually kind of scared about today's guest. They are so mean and they hate people like me. When I say that, I mean men, not, yeah, anyway. They hate men so much. No, I'm just joking. This is one of my favorite people in the world. One of my really good friends who, no matter, I'm just going to put her on blast. She's an amazing person. She's really sweet. She's really kind. And no matter
Oh,
how much of a hard ass she acts online, she's actually one of the best people in the world. Today we have Moon Girl
oh,
or Moon Play Magic. I said the wrong name that time. See, that's actually something I was going to bring up. Moon Girl and Moon Plays. I mix those
yeah.
up so often. But
You
thank
know
you for
what's
being.
so funny is someone actually asked me there's a feisty moon and there is a nice moon. I was like, oh, okay, so that means I'm the feisty one.
You're for sure the feisty. Have you seen Raven?
Yeah, she's so sweet. She is very sweet, and I absolutely love her. And like sometimes people will be like, "Oh, is there any drama?" I love her. I think she's adorable. She's so sweet.
Actually, you two should do a collab where you know how there's like it's like the yin and yang. You two
Yeah,
should do a collab where you're the yin and yang.
absolutely. I would love to do that.
It'd be a magic. No, yes, Moon plays magic. I set myself up. Totally did say the wrong name there because I was going to ask about that. But Moon, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah. So first and foremost, how you doing?
I am great. How are you today, Jose?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm just really happy. So little peek behind the curtain. We were supposed to do this episode a little while back. Life happens, no problem. But
Yeah.
I'm just happy we could actually do this. So just, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. I know a lot has happened since the time we were actually supposed to talk. So I guess honestly, like for the sake of conversation, it ended up, like not the situation that happened is a good thing, but like us postponing this a little bit helped out because you've had a lot. I'll let you talk about it, but you've had a lot of things happen in the magic space since like October, right? October, November. So do you want to talk about a few of those things?
So I would say like around October is when I thought I should start taking this a tad more seriously. So I did. I made a Discord server and really made it a goal to just like interact with my following and get to know them on a personal, like a friendship level, not just y'all follow me, so that's cool type thing. Type shit.
Mhm.
And
Type shit. Type shit.
type shit. And then yeah, I got a Magicon creator badge, which was I'm still kind of like pinch me about. I still can't
Mhm.
believe that happened. That's wild. And then yeah, everything kind of came together. I have merch now with Fast Don't Lie Gaming. And they're absolutely fantastic. So everything's kind of like coming together and I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah. Shout out to Kanye. Love Kanye. And shout out to all the
Same.
people who are a part of Fast Online Game, including MJ, who's been on previously. But your merch has officially come out at this point, correct?
Yes, it is officially live, I think as of last Friday, I believe. I just posted something today about it for the first time.
Awesome, awesome. So at time of recording, it's, the time frame things, editing, whatever. But
Yes.
it. How does it feel to actually have like merch now?
And I keep thinking that, geez, I don't even know. I'm like, I don't know if I'm big enough for this, but then there's people messaging me like, oh, I bought a shirt. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. I don't know. It just feels crazy.
Yeah, I mean, so you've never had merch before this? Is that right?
I've
Or like
never had merch. No, nothing.
no? So when this opportunity came about, what were you thinking? Because it came about after the MagicCon thing, and I want to go back to the Magic thing, but I always feel like the MagicCon badge is cool. I really, really think that. But I think having merch is like, hey, like people are gonna be wearing my name on them, or they're gonna be like having stuff with my name on. Like, how is that how it feels like for you too? Like you're like, oh my gosh, people are gonna have like my stuff on their body or on their head or like holding a mug with my name on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the crazy part, I think it just feels like kind of surreal because I do have imposter syndrome. So kind of like, do I deserve this? I guess. But
You
people will
definitely do.
message me and be like, hey, are you going to autograph my shirt or whatever? And I'm like, what? I guess I can, but that's me.
Yeah, I'm wholeheartedly you. Like you're one of the people I like. I'm very thankful for all the people I'm mutuals with, friends with in the community. I can't thank them enough. And you're one of those people who like you took to me very quickly, even though
Hmm.
you're very kind of you're kind of guarded. I think we can say that.
Yeah.
But you took to me very quickly, and maybe because I give off that moon girl energy as opposed to the moon plays energy, maybe that's why you're like protect this little bird at all costs. But no, I mean, like, you are someone that I looked at and was like, wow, like, she's absolutely crushing it, and you didn't think you were crushing it at the time, and
Yeah,
then
no.
you've only grown since then. So let's talk about everything leading up to, like, the badge and the merchandise. You started back in officially doing stuff in 2024, right? July?
Yes, like around July, August, yeah.
Around July. What made you start that?
I'm not really sure. I kind of just wanted to meet people that knew what the fuck I was talking about. So when I terms like Timir or Golgari, I just wanted to find community where I would be understood, I guess,
Mm,
because I don't know a whole lot of people in person that play. And at the time, I was working a job where everyone just thought I was just like some nerd weirdo,
mhm.
I guess. I couldn't find anyone really to relate to. So I was like, well, I guess I could start posting about my Magic the Gathering things and then find some kind of community that, we all kind of get each other and understand Magic the Gathering. But not only that, but I think people in the community are also easier to relate to. They seem all mostly down to earth. So it was just nice finding a community that I kind of felt accepted in and not looked at like I'm some kind of nerd weirdo, I suppose.
Well, it's because 'cause we're all nerds and weirdos, right? Like, so it
Yeah,
works out.
fair.
That's the one thing where, we're both mutuals with Sullivan, and he's talked about this
Yeah.
before. Like, when I met him at MagicCon, great guy, obviously. He talked about I told him that I was nervous about meeting people, right? Talking to people, like, being up in their space and feeling, like, awkward or whatever, and he said, "Man, we're all here at a Magic the Gathering convention to play cards and meet people. We're all just a bunch of nerds who are anxious and want to get some games in." And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like, when you put it that way, I guess that makes sense. Like, but it's weird, but it is still weird to think that, right?
Yeah.
Uh, like, even whether it's someone that is a smaller creator or bigger creator or whatever, and this is how I felt initially with you too, and now I still kind of feel like that with you, but we're closer, and I know you're a regular person, but sometimes I just feel like other, like I'm in this group and they're in that group.
I understand, yeah. I mean, but I think it's really easy to feel other, like in any setting. I think
Yeah,
I know what you mean because I have felt other the majority of my life, and I still kind of,
mm,
I guess.
I get
Yeah. Oh,
well.
I
So
understand that.
yeah, well, and I understand you, and it makes a lot of sense. So you started it to do the community thing. What made you choose the name you picked?
So my nickname is Mana, which means moon, and so a lot of people call me Moon. But also,
Mhm.
I grew up watching Sailor Moon. I thought
Oh,
I thought Sailor Moon was so cool. She was a magical girl,
yeah.
normal by day, but like Hannah Montana by night. And I
Oh,
feel
hell yeah.
like that's kind of how I feel with content creation because I mean, like, I go to work and I have kids I take care of and I do normal everyday stuff, but then I'm like Hannah Montana on the internet.
I actually just want you to start singing, like, Best of Both Worlds now. That's all I really want. Like, I need that content. Where's that?
Okay, I'll start doing that.
If you want to, great. If you don't, totally understand. But that's actually a really good analogy for it. Like, because I think on more than one occasion you've said, I don't know what she said. And, like, when it comes to your shit posting and when it comes to your, like, the some of the more abnormal things you probably posted online. I think you've literally said, I don't know what she did. Like, it's a completely different person. So this makes a lot more sense.
That's not me. That's my alter ego. So if you see me I'm so quiet in person too. I'm like shy and I keep to myself, very introverted, but on the internet, I'm like, anywho.
What are some of the favorite things that you've done? Like, I know you have, like, the super popular videos where you've talked about, like, I think recently was Come Get Your Spoils. That one was super, super popular, right? You've had your What happened to my commander? I ate it. That one's really funny.
Oh yeah, I
Uh
forgot about the
the
name.
old one is the deck list, like, or make a cute deck and then mollywop them, because
Yeah,
mollywop is
yeah,
such
yeah,
a
yeah.
great word in general. So what are some of your favorite videos that you've done over time?
Any of the videos where they're not really scripted. I mean, I enjoy doing like the card slinger videos and my merch videos, but any video where I can kind of just be like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever I want. I like those a lot because I feel like I can show my personality more versus kind of like scripting something because it needs to sound a certain way. So
Yeah,
anytime I can do a video kind of being myself, I really, really enjoy doing those. It feels better, kind of like I'm not masking or performing, I suppose.
that's fair. That's fair. And they're really enjoyable. Obviously, they resonate with people, right? Like they hit really well. You're very funny. You're very, very
Oh,
funny.
thank you.
I
Thank
think
you. I appreciate that.
I love watching your because I know I'm gonna whatever I watch, I'm probably gonna laugh, even if it is an advert of some kind for Mana Box or for Card Slinger or something. You're probably still gonna do something super funny, and
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. But as it comes to, I guess let me backtrack even a little more. What got you into Magic in the first place? I know that Goose Mother was your first commander, and so it sounds like you started around Eldraine.
Yes.
Wilds of Eldraine, I should specify for people. Wilds of Eldraine, so, like, leading into actually, Lord of the Rings would have been right before that, so, like, leading into, like, Bloom and stuff like that later on.
Mhm.
So, what got you into Magic in the first place?
So I was playing Warhammer at the time, and Warhammer is very expensive.
Yes, it is.
I was
Yeah.
already at game stores, and my oldest kid actually is 17. So they came home, they're talking about magic. And I was like, I did see Wilds of Eldraine at the game store. I love fairies and fairy tales. That's like one of my favorite things. Yeah, I picked up a pack, actually pulled the Throne of Eldraine in the first pack I ever got of Wilds of
Damn.
Eldraine. So I was like, I'm going to switch from Warhammer, Magic the Gathering. And that's exactly what I did.
So, only mildly less expensive.
Mildly less expensive. Yeah.
You don't have to paint as much if you don't want to, though, so that's nice, I imagine.
I never
Um,
painted. I was so lazy with it, but I
uh
loved playing. I just never painted any of my shit.
what bill or what, army did you run when you did play Warhammer?
So 40K, I was Tyranids. And of course, I got the Tyranid precon for Magic because I was like, I need them. And then for Sigmar, I played Skaven or Skaven. It's just like a rat army, which transferred really nicely to Magic the Gathering also because
Yeah.
Bro came out and I got to build disgusting poison rat.
I I mean, yes, you did. Yes, you
I sure did.
absolutely did. You absolutely yeah, you ate well, as it were, as when it comes to that. Why
Yeah.
so let me ask you this, because Warhammer came out a little bit before Eldraine. I am was it within the year, if I remember correctly. My timelines might be a little off, but why was it specifically Eldraine as opposed to Warhammer that got you into Magic?
It was honestly the fairy tales
It was really the
and
fairy tales? Wow.
yeah, I mean, I love fairy tales and like any kind of country's fairy tales. I'm just like fascinated by it.
Yeah,
So, Wilds of Eldraine was very enticing for me to
yeah.
start playing because I was like, and my first precon was actually the Demir fairy precon, which
Really
is
good precon.
nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
So
really
I
good
mean, like
precon.
it was so good, and of course I took it apart, and I still have the cards, thankfully. But yeah, it was just so gross, and I loved it, and I was like, This is it. This is what I'm gonna do from now."
Did you ever was there ever an inkling when Warhammer came out that you might play, or no?
No, not really. I mean, I
Okay,
dabbled in high school. My brother
okay.
and like the group of friends I hung out with played a little bit, and like I knew some things about it, but not, I didn't really give a shit at the time. So when I saw like Wilds of Eldraine, I was just kind of like, I've done this before, and I didn't really take it seriously. But like 20 years had passed. So I was like, let me try again, I guess.
Well, and now we're coming back to more fairies, right, in Lorwyn. I
Yes.
think by the time this comes out, Lorwyn might be out, but the spoilers are coming out right now. So how are you liking all those spoilers for Lorwyn?
I'm gonna be so broke
I know, right? They're
January.
so pretty. And you
That
know, you're
Golgari commander.
I
Oh
say I was
God.
literally about to say everyone is gonna build that like that's gonna be the only commander for like a year is gonna be that
Yeah.
one specifically. Like, oh,
Yeah, I'm
what are
so
you playing?
excited for it.
What are you playing? Elf Mother. Of course you are. Yeah, okay. Okay, so Eldraine really got you into it. And you stopped completely playing Warhammer at that point, or do you still dabble in it sometimes?
I dabble in it sometimes, but the setup is it's different. It's not like just a
Yeah.
playmat and a deck. You have like tiny little pieces. You got to get like a
Mhm.
tape measurer out.
Yep.
Setup itself takes like an hour, and by then I'm like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I don't want to play. Oh, I don't really mess with it a whole lot anymore.
Okay. So you realize that you didn't have to spend as much time to set up a game, and you're like, you know what, this isn't so bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's hey, you know what? I'm glad you got into Magic and in Commander. Do you play any other formats?
Yeah, so I'm actually trying to build some like budget standard decks because sometimes
What's up?
we want to play a game, we just don't have a whole lot of time and it just is a little bit quicker. I really love Oathbreaker. I think Oathbreaker is so much fun. Not a whole lot of people play that or talk about it though. So I don't really build decks for it. But if anyone plays Oathbreaker and wants to catch a game sometime, shoot me a message because I would love to play.
You're probably about to get a message from Jace, our editor, because Jace has, and I also like Oathbreaker. I have not been able to find a group of people to be able to play it with, and Jace and I think it was Haley we talked to, MTG Demonic Tutor, also talked
Mhm.
about liking Oathbreaker. So we might have a little pod there. There we go.
Nice.
Perfect. Who do you play in Oathbreaker?
So I've only built a couple decks. My favorite was when I built Oko. Dang it, which one was it? The one from Throne of Eldraine.
Yeah, the broken one.
Yeah, the really mean one. I built him, and then my spell of choice or whatever they call it
Yeah.
was mana drain, and
Oh my
nobody liked that.
god. Yeah, I wonder why. You bring out Oko, you elk something. By the way,
Yeah,
can we talk about the fact that one of those should have been a minus? One of those should have been a
I
minus.
know. Yeah, that is it. I'm like, how is it legal? What the heck?
Yeah, one of those should have been a minus, but we'll bypass that and just talk about. So you went elked people, and then you mana drain them,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you elk things, and then you mana drain.
And nobody liked me, but I was having a blast. I was having so much fun.
Oh my god, yeah. So you talk about in one of your videos, one of your other popular videos, is it players being control freaks? You figured out how to make Selesnya, and that's Simic super controlling. When it's supposed to be landfall, and you went and said, nah, stacks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, so you like playing Oathbreaker. We'll try to figure out something where we can get a game of Oathbreaker in because I'd
Mhm.
be super interested in it too. You dabble in standard, you're doing a budget build. Is there any other formats that you'd be interested in playing? Or maybe you've tried one, you said, you know what, this is not for me.
It is a format, but it's more it is for
Okay.
Commander, and it is for like 6 to 8 people to play Commander. It's called Treachery.
Oh,
And
okay.
this is kind of like, I would say, a really good party game because there are certain roles that are assigned to you. So, for example, there's a guardian, there's a king, there are assassins. What else? Like
Interesting.
Clue. You all sit down and you're playing a normal game of Commander, but you have assigned roles. It's all kept secret, so you can't like tell anyone who you are. And the table has to figure out who you are, basically, to win.
So it's like a mafia style commander game.
Yes, like a little bit like Clue, except
Yeah,
not really like, yeah.
interesting. I'd be down for that. Seems complicated, but sounds fun.
It is kind of complicated. It does take a very long time. I played a game with like 9 people, I want to say like 2 years ago, and it took like 6 hours.
Oh geez. That's a whole day. That is a whole day right there. But that's okay. If you're there having fun, and I mean, I'm sure you take breaks between, the one
Yeah,
hour between your next turn. But it sounds interesting. Treachery. Okay, I'll check that out. Is there any formats that you're like, I will not play or I won't ever play again?
CEDH.
CEDH, not into it.
Not for me. No.
Not for you. That's okay. That's okay. Everyone has their own flavor. I know Lil is staunch CDH person.
Yeah.
Uh, and she's gotten me to at least try it as well. And I actually do enjoy it, but not all the time. I'm not an all the time CDH person, so I understand that though.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. So as it comes to what do you enjoy more about your content? Do you enjoy more talking about Magic, or do you enjoy more shit posting and shit talking people?
That's tough. You're asking the tough questions here.
Yeah.
I would say about an even split. I think my favorite part would just be just talking to people. I really enjoy it, even to like my own detriment. There's some times where I have to like, okay, I got to stop. I'm exhausted. But I really love it. People are just so funny on the internet, and I love meeting someone who cracks a joke. And I don't know, definitely talking to people and meeting new people. That's my favorite part.
Is that what you're excited for MagicCon as well?
Yeah, I have a list of people that I would like to meet or play a game with. So I feel like that entire weekend, I'm just going to be running around trying to meet everyone.
Yeah. I I mean, that's really what it is. It's just me running around being like, "Oh my god, I see you. Oh god, I know you. I finally get to meet you." And then you spend
Yeah.
a few minutes, and then you're like, "Oh shit, I got to go do this other thing real quick." Are you more excited for the content you'll be able to make, or to be able to like have your meet and greet where you'll find out all these people who genuinely love your content?
Probably both.
If you had to
I have a lot of,
51-49 it.
ooh, probably meeting people. I
Okay.
think.
So
Yeah,
like
for sure.
it really is for you about the people. Like
Yeah.
all the answers you give is really really about the people. And I know that you said like you didn't expect people to like want you to sign things or to like do this or that or the other thing, but how excited are you to have a meet and greet where like maybe some people who you didn't even get a chance to talk to yet are like gonna come up and say, "Oh my God, I love your stuff. Can I take a picture with you?"
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. So weird because like most of my life I've just been kind of like the weird girl. And now I'm weird on the internet and people are into it. Like all these people know I'm a weirdo, but that's what they like about me. So
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I mean, you're super entertaining, obviously, because I mean, yeah, I really do. Like, I yes, I like gassing up my friends, and I love gassing up the people that are here. But genuinely, your stuff is hilarious and very creative. Because, like, for example, who thinks about using an ancient tomb as like stripper cash, essentially? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like that's absolutely wild to me. Or like the names you come up for your decks. What is your favorite name for one of your decks that you've come up with, by the way?
Chock a flock of flame. I didn't come
That
up with it though. Actually,
that's a
someone on Instagram suggested it, but that I think that is the most clever. Every time I read it or say it, I can't stop laughing. It's just so stupid.
it's amazing though.
Yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. And but you are so, and I mean, even the like bringing in other people who also bring that creativity again. Other people you talked about wanting to be around other people who is, and you don't have to answer this, but let me rephrase this. Is there anyone that you've met that you like really impacted you as it comes to your journey in magic or making your content, or is there anyone in particular that you met that you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought I would talk to this person, I never thought that I would get to have these conversations?
There's a lot of people where I'm kind of like, I can't believe this person's talking to me. But once again, I do have that imposter syndrome. So at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm like, I'm probably just being ridiculous. But geez, I don't even know. Probably
Okay.
being on like a friendship level with Swing Lethal was kind of like, holy crap, people love them.
Yeah.
That for me, I think their videos and who they are as people definitely impacted me in my journey because there were a couple times where I just wanted to just give up. I was kind of just like, I don't know why I'm doing this. It's silly. Maybe I should just quit. And they probably don't know this, but talking to them and seeing how they do their content and they're so authentic, they will never like compromise their authenticity. Really kind of just kept me going and pushing towards, kind of like where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I didn't give up and continued to stay authentic and true to myself. And I love that because that means that people actually like me for who I am, and not
Yeah.
just a character I am on the internet.
You I mean, you are a really great person. That's you already know I think that, and I've said it a million times here, and I'm sure people listening to this are like, "You've said that already." But it's true. So deal with it, people. Deal with it. Moon's great. I love Moon. And I do, but I also understand I understand the imposter syndrome. And B, I understand the wanting to give up and then finding something that like or someone who's like pushed you to like, all right, I can do this. I can do this. And can you talk a little bit about that, like the tough times as it comes to making the content? And like I know there was a little while, and I hope it's okay that I mentioned this, but like you were concerned that you were like plateaued.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you talk about some of the tougher times and like what like caused you to say, you know what, I'm doing this, and obviously now you're doing it. So what can you talk about that a little bit for us?
I'm not even really sure if there's anything that really just gave me like the push to get up and keep going. It's more so like this is eventually what I want to do for like a career. And I don't want to give up on that dream. And I've had so many people kind of like, I'm trying to think of the correct words, convince me that I couldn't do things, like disparage me kind of with my dreams. And sometimes something like super attainable, and they just be like, oh, you could never do that. Never do that. So I truly do live out of spite. I'm like, okay, this person's telling me I can't do that, or I'll never be able to do this. I'll never be known on the internet. And I'm just like, okay, well, watch because I'm going to do it anyway. So it's kind of just like people may not have belief in me, but you have to have your inner belief.
Yeah.
I've gotten myself through just horrible shit in my life. So I know that just a little bit of imposter syndrome is not going to hold me down from discontinuing what I want to do, what my dream is.
That's amazing. And I think that what also is super important in that is your role in helping the community become more friendly to women and
Mhm.
women plus in magic, stuff like that. And I know that's something that's also super important to you. You talked about your server earlier, and it's a place that you genuinely and have put into action, making sure it's a safe place for women and other people. Exactly, it's essentially for the people, quote unquote, who have been othered. Why has that been such an important journey for you as it comes to making content, making your server, and what do you think that people can do better to also help that?
I think, and this might get a little heavy, but I'm going to be honest. The true reason why I want my community and my server to be a safe place for everyone, but especially women, is because I've been in situations where I had no one to help me. Men treated me probably not in the best way. I didn't have anyone there for me to help me or get me back on my feet. If I can do that for somebody else, it just feels so good to know that the people that I care about and my community are being taken care of because I'm going to be the one to make sure they're being taken care of. And I feel like other people can easily do this. And I kind of touched on it on the video I made where if you see something you need to say something, staying quiet in situations where you see someone being treated unfairly only makes that person continue to do it. Or, if you're kind of like pushing them, egging them on to do it, it's not a situation that should ever happen. I feel like people should be able to occupy a space without people making it feel unwelcome for them.
Yeah. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I think it's super easy because all you have to do is, I mean, just be cool at the end of the day first. And then, like you said, if you see something, like help the person out who's going through the thing. Like don't support,
Mhm.
A, don't support the person being a bully, and B, silence is complicity at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So if you're not doing anything, then you're a part of the problem. I think that's a very, very good point. As it comes to online content, what do you think we as a community could do better to support our women and women plus?
That's a good one. I would think in any space where there's a game going on, spell table or at your local game store. I'm not saying to like, don't let the women win. I'm not being like, oh, well, you have to let us win. Don't do that because that's going to piss us. Saying to make sure that they feel welcome and comfortable enough to have a game. I know there's been a couple times where I've entered like a spell table game, I'm the only female there, and I feel like the people I'm playing with did a really good job of making me feel comfortable to be there. Really, like, we don't expect you to go out of your way. It's my jacket. Are you cold? Let me get your chair for you. Because I think some women may be pissed off by that, myself included. I
That's
do
fair.
think that you should just make it feel welcoming, make sure they're included also. So I always try, and this is just like in a group setting, I always try to make sure that everyone is in the conversation. If someone is being quiet, I try to drag them in or include them just so everyone feels like they're being treated fairly and equally. In situations where a woman is involved, I believe that that should be taking place as well.
I love that. I think that's a really good point. And I know I've played a spell table game with you, and I tried to kill you because you're really good at magic. But that's just me. But yeah, you know what? I don't know. I just agree. Like all the things you say, there's nothing to like even add or argue or anything. It's just like be
Thank you.
cool to people, and like you said, don't offer your jacket, but also don't lay down because that's also
Yeah.
weird. It's a game at the end of the day, and you should want to win, but
Mhm.
also everyone should try to have fun with it. So I agree with you. I think that's a fair point. Yeah, people are people, and at the end of the day, we're all just trying to have fun, right?
Mhm.
We're all just trying to have fun. And speaking of fun, something that's fun to me, I just kind of put together the dots today, and you'll have to tell me what you think. Even though I'm not a, let me lead in by asking, what do you feel about universes beyond?
Mixed feelings, I would say. Sometimes I feel like there needs to be more in universe sets to keep people excited about Magic the Gathering.
Mhm.
Their reasoning is to bring new players into the game, which it is doing that. Final Fantasy was a great hit. So is Lord of the Rings. But
Hmm.
at the same time, I think what it boils down to is capitalism and they want money.
Yeah,
I'm going to be
that's fair.
honest.
That's fair. But were there any universes beyonds that you were like particularly excited about?
I don't think so. I'm going to be honest. I really
That's
enjoyed
okay.
Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit seems cool. Maybe during MagicCon Vegas, we'll get some spoilers for The Hobbit.
There you go.
I'm
Yeah.
not really a Marvel fan. I don't really talk about it because I don't want to rain on anyone's parade. I understand that that's like a huge fandom. It's going to be someone's cup of tea. It's just not for me personally.
Yeah. I mean, and that's okay, right? Like that's magic as a whole, not everything. Even the magics and magic universe sets aren't for everyone. Like
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like Aether Drift, which I feel like is probably a very ice cold take. Not that I didn't think there weren't some good cards in it, but it felt a little out of place for
Hmm.
Magic in and of itself versus something like I don't know, Karlov Manor wasn't everyone's cup of tea, and I didn't think it was that bad. After some what's the word I'm looking for? After some time, I just was like, maybe it's not that bad. Is there
Yeah.
was there any Magic sets recently that you were particularly fan of, not a fan of, and then I'll get back to my original point that I was going to make.
I thought Outlaws of Thunder Junction was stupid. Then I looked at some of the cards and I was like, growing on me. It me a little bit. So yeah, I did end up buying way too much Thunder Junction.
It's actually it was pretty good card wise, story wise, whatever. Card wise, pretty good.
Card was excellent. The storyline, I was like, wow, you guys got hats and fake mustaches and cowboy boots. That's really
Yeah,
neat.
yeah, exactly. I mean, fedoras and then cowboy hats and then cars. Like, it's been a time. It's been a time for hats recently. But then
Yeah.
we got the animals directly after that, and that actually kind of went well. So I guess you win some, you lose some. My original point is even though you're not a Marvel person, in Marvel you have a namesake coming out. You have
Do I?
not Moon Girl, but Moon is coming out with her devil dinosaur. So I just thought that was kind of cute that you'll be able to play Moon coming up
Oh
here if you
yeah.
want.
I
Uh,
didn't even know that.
yeah, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. It's very. Did you ever play? I know you don't really like Marvel, but did you ever play Marvel Snap? Just I mean, for the sake of playing other card games.
I didn't know, but I've seen it, so I know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
So a lot of these cards are very like that game coded. Like I played that game and I see some of these cards, I'm like, that's literally what this card does in that game. And this
Okay.
one kind of does the same thing where she makes a dinosaur, which is just cool because who doesn't like dinosaurs? And it's
Yeah.
actually it's a color scheme you love. It is a Simic. So
Nice.
maybe you'll end up playing a little Marvel if it ends up going well for you. But I just found it funny. I was like, oh yeah, there's a Moon coming out. Moon can play Moon. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna need that card.
you're gonna need that card for sure. Who are some of the favorite commanders that you have right now? I know you're putting back together Goose Mother potentially, but what are some
Yes.
of your favorite decks that you have right now?
I'm gonna say and I never thought I would say this, but Sammy Wildcat Captain from Edge of Eternities, he is Boros. I do not
Nice.
like Boros. I do not play red. I'm a red hater for life. But I do love this deck. I love this deck so much. It's just so much fun. Really fun for other people when I'm playing it. I have a
Mhm.
blast, and I think that's what counts.
I'll say you're not really a red person, right? For
No,
Magic, I would
nope,
say
not really.
if I remember correctly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because it was your video. Most of the reds you talk about them being cavemen essentially.
Yeah.
So you're like partially caveman at this point is what I'm
I'm
hearing.
partially a caveman. Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
What about Sammy do you like the most? Like I know it's make robots at the end step. So like why that one particularly?
So he is actually the one that has affinity for artifacts.
Mm.
And the artifact part
Oh
is
yeah.
what I think I like the most about this deck is that I put a so much flavor in it. There are some legal cards from Unfinity. I have all Edge of Eternity and Unfinity lands in it. Love how I loved Unfinity so much. Their lands are so cool. I thought the whole
They're
thing was just silly goofy.
they're fantastic. Those lands are fantastic. And it is goofy,
Mhm.
but those lands are fantastic.
Just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, it has a lot of clown making cards from Unfinity just
Nice.
for shits and gigs and flavor. I don't know. I think the deck synergy itself, just everything flows so well. So once I start cooking, people are scared, and that's the way it should be. This is also a deck that this is like where one of my very few fours, and it's built like a four. It runs like a four. It's just everything about it is just perfect.
Is this the only 4 you have, side note?
I do have one other four. It is the Locust God. So it is it. And I like that card too. Or I like that deck also because I love drawing cards and making bugs. It's just so much
Make
fun for me.
make a lot of bugs too.
I did make a shit ton of bugs, but it doesn't matter because they usually get wiped out pretty quickly. Like blockers or someone's mean to me. Someone was mean to me recently and they killed all my bugs. It was really
How
rude.
how dare they?
I know, and they won
We've
too. They're playing an Is It deck as well, VV.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Let me
So
turn
I
on
gotta
easy
stop.
mode real quick. Just see, okay. Are there any commanders you particularly dislike or dislike playing against?
Yeah, actually, I do have one.
Okay.
My son plays mono blue Urza. I believe it's the High Artificer. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I
I
don't
think
like that
you're
one.
yeah, no, I know which one you're talking about. It's the one that you can tap 4 untapped artifacts and then like spin the wheel essentially.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and his turns are like 25 minutes long. I do not like playing against that. It's not fun.
That's fair. That one is fair. You mentioned Vivi. I don't like Vivi very much. I mean, I know it's a good card. I just don't like it's I don't oh, go ahead.
It's just kind of like Vivi's gonna do what she's gonna do, and there's not shit you can do about it. So you just have to sit and watch and kind of just like cry a little bit.
And it's also like a 20-minute turn.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, now I have 900 mana. It's like, okay, I'll be back in an hour. Let me know when it's time to go. Okay, back to the Sammy deck though. So you put a lot of Infinity in it. So you like it, it sounds like more so because of flavor. And affinity really, making your spells cheaper also helps because your spells have affinity for artifacts. I'm assuming you put the other Sammy in there also flavor wise, just because Sammy.
Yeah, of course, just for
Okay.
fun.
That one's the one that makes robots. So like it sounds like a really fun deck, honestly. It sounds
It's
like
so much fun. I love it.
do you put any of the okay, so I can't remember which unset it is. I'm pretty sure it's Unfinity. Do you put any of the sticker or the amusement cards in there?
Didn't only because I didn't know how people would feel about that if I brought that down and I was like, hey, let me put my sticker on. I didn't.
Okay. How do you feel about the stickers and those things?
I think they're fun in the set. So if y'all are gonna sit down and like draft Unfinity, I think that's fine. I feel like if you're just playing a regular commander game and you're like, let me put a sticker on this thing, it just doesn't belong there, I suppose.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Are there any other decks besides your two absolutely out of place red for you decks that you enjoy?
Muldrotha the Gravetide.
Oh
She
no.
is, yeah, everything about her is just so beautiful. Her flavor text is my favorite. It's like poetry. The deck is so much fun. That is another deck of mine that has really good synergy. So once I start going, it's hard to put a stop to my antics, I suppose.
My child grew from rot and ruin, yet she bloomed.
Yeah.
Damn. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think it's beautiful.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Do you have the original art or do you have the Final Fantasy art?
So I have foundations art. I kept
Okay.
trying to pull her and buy her various places. I couldn't find her anywhere. And then she was reprinted in foundations and I actually pulled her. So I was so happy.
Nice. Is it the full art or the bordered?
It's bordered, unfortunately. I eventually would like to get just, bling her out to make her super
Yeah,
pretty because I think she deserves that.
that's awesome. I mean, she's really good. Aldrotha is really, really good.
Yes, she's so much fun.
I have a friend who plays that deck, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh god, all right, I need graveyard hate. I need more graveyard hate.
Yeah.
Um, and that deck does get ridiculous. So I really enjoy that. Is there a deck that you made that maybe once you played it or after you built it, you're like, this ain't it. This is not it.
Yeah, Lord Windgrace.
No.
I just don't think Jund is for me. I was like, oh, cute cat, but it just wasn't really for me. I don't really run land destruction too much. So I played it. I built it, I played it, and I was just like, all right, not for me. And I just built something.
Did it work and you didn't like it, or did it not work and you didn't like it?
It worked. I just didn't. I don't know. Sometimes when I'm playing, I get a good feeling. I'm like, all right, things are flowing. I'm
Okay,
going. This feels really good. With that deck, it just didn't. I was just like, it's working, but I feel like the villain. I
that's
don't know if I
fair.
want to play this.
That's fair. That it and that like not every color combination. That's why we have 50 or not 50, 36, whatever. You did a color challenge. You didn't do the 4 and 5, but you did a color challenge. You know how many there are, so better than I do.
Yeah.
By the way, side note, that I'm all over the place here, so I'm glad you've been
No, you're
following
fine.
with me. What was that making all those different color decks up to three like for you?
I thought it was a lot of fun because at the time, and I'm still of this mindset, I do think Golgari is supreme. It is the best. But to get myself out of building every single Golgari deck I could find, I was like, I should try some other color combinations. Maybe I'll like something. You don't really know if you like it unless you try it. So, um, surprising things. I enjoy Is It and Orzov. There were a lot of color combinations I'd never tried before that I actually like.
It sounds like you're heavily into two colors, the guilds, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
does
for
that sound
sure.
accurate? Okay. And since Golgari is your favorite, does that make you Brat?
Yeah.
It does? Okay. So when you made that video, you were talking about you.
Yeah, that's definitely about just myself.
If you know what, the first step to like full actualization is recognizing things about yourself, right? So you just recognize this about you, and you're just letting the
Yeah.
world know this is what it is. So that's I enjoy that. That's very fair. What is your favorite? Well, until Alpha Mother comes out, what is your favorite Golgari commander?
I'm gonna say Baba Lysaga. I built her. I was just in love with her. I love Baba Yaga. So I was like, I have to build this deck. She was so much fun. My first Golgari deck I've ever built. And I still have her and I think about her sometimes. I'm like, oh, maybe I should rebuild her. But yeah, she was my first and definitely my favorite, I believe.
Is How do you feel about people calling her baby lasagna?
I'm okay with that because actually EDH Rec was the reason why I built that deck.
Really?
Yeah, I saw Joey talking about how much he loved it and like the evolutions of that deck, and I was like, man, I need to build that because it just sounds so much fun. So I did name it Baby Lasagna because of
No.
EDH.
Okay, so you did name it that.
um,
Cool.
yeah, I did.
Did you know? Do you how deep into music are you as it comes to like branching out into like other countries' musics and things like that?
I'm all over the place. I pretty much listen to everything except country music. So other countries' music is heavily being rotated, I would say.
Okay. Okay. So not country music, but other countries' music. Okay, cool. So did you know? Because me and my wife, we watch a lot of Eurovision. Have you ever watched Eurovision?
Yes, yeah.
Did you know there is an artist named Baby Lasagna?
I did not know that.
There is an artist. Go look them up after this. They're great. But yeah, there is an artist named Baby Lasagna. So every time I see Baba Saga, I think of Baby Lasagna, and then I'm like, oh,
Oh,
they were in Eurovision. So like, it's a train of connections there that I find very funny. Also, I think you would like them because I don't know, they're great. So just as a side note, Baby Lasagna, like spelled like what you would think a baby and lasagna would be spelled like.
okay.
Just so you know. So you did the deck challenges. You love Golgari because you're a brat. You love Muldroth. Is there anything other than Mother coming out in the next set that you are like based on what you've seen that you're like I'm probably going to build this as well, or maybe add to um is it Alila that was the one from Eldraine? Was that
I
the commander
believe
deck? Is there
I
anything
don't.
that you're like really excited to add to decks or maybe build separately?
I think honestly, Mother may be the only one I'm super excited about, but I'm excited to see what else is coming out. I know Reality Fracture is next year. I want to see what those commanders look like
How do
because
you
that's
feel?
in universe.
I was gonna say, and the next one after that is Star Trek. I'm sorry for interrupting. I was gonna ask how you felt about the Star Trek coming up directly after Fractured.
Care too much for Star Trek. I'm not a Star Wars fan, so when I saw Star Trek, I was like, cool, whatever. I might check it out. There might be some spaceships in there I could add to Sammy.
That's why I was asking. Yeah, because it's space
Yeah.
and maybe the lands, maybe the lands.
Oh yeah. Hopefully they don't fuck up the lands. They better be pretty.
Yeah, but you're excited for Fractured. You're excited for Lorwyn. You're gonna be an ambassador for Strixhaven.
Oh, that's actually not me. I haven't gotten any
No, no,
ambassador
no.
stuff
I
back
mean,
yet.
I'm sorry. Wrong word for it. Creator person for
Right. Yeah, Strixhaven will be
MagicCon.
out around that time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The MagicCon is going to be Strixhaven. So when I say ambassador, I mean like
Gotcha, yeah.
MagicCon creator, ambassador person during the Strixhaven stuff. So how do you feel? Are you excited for Strixhaven? Did you like Strixhaven going back? Did you like Strixhaven before?
I dabbled in a couple boxes. I got some Japanese packs that I really enjoyed. Those were fun. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about maybe building on that a little bit. And of course, I'll be there for all the content. So hopefully, it'll be a decent set and I'll be excited to be there.
I mean, you're gonna be excited to be there because I mean, hey, first time, like congratulations again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super exciting as well.
It's very, very exciting. What is your favorite? Because I know you do like buying boxes and boosters and things like that. What is your favorite set to buy a box of?
Oof, I don't know. I would say Wilds of Eldraine, but I got at least a case around that time. So I think I'm kind of burned out, like
Okay.
sifting through the commons and uncommons. Right now, it would probably be Edge of Eternities. Because even if I pull a card I already have, whatever. I love the entire set. I don't think there's a single thing I complained about regarding that set. So a box of Edge of Eternities really hits the spot for me.
What was your favorite part about Edge of Eternities?
Space.
Just space, just general
Yeah,
space.
I love space. It's actually one of the very few things I'm absolutely terrified of. I'm afraid of space, but I'm like fascinated by it. So when I found out space there was gonna be a space set, I just lost it. I was so excited about it.
It's so interesting to be fearful of it, yet such an awe of it.
Yeah, I'm like in it. It got same vibes of like deep ocean. Some people are afraid of
Oh,
like
that's me.
yeah, yeah. So like deep ocean and space kind of give me the same vibe. There's just so much we don't know about it. Also, it's just like fear of the unknown, I suppose.
I agree. I agree. There are very much similarities. The one thing I will say, and I've told this to other people, and you can tell me what you think about this. I find it odd and slightly scary that we comparatively knowledge wise, not comparatively space wise, because obviously space is way larger than ocean, but comparatively, it feels like we know more about space than we do know about the ocean.
Yeah, that is a fair assumption. I would definitely say that too.
And that's very scary to me that the thing that we have on this planet, we haven't been able to delve deep enough into to understand as well as we do the thing that's like vast and feeling seemingly endless. That's just
It's terrifying because you'll
it
see
is.
like, oh, new species of deep sea, and I'm like, what?
You're like, I don't want
Nobody
to
even
know this.
is down there?
I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't know why we don't. You know what? Just leave it. Just leave it be. I'm not.
Just leave it
Like
alone.
leave it alone. Same thing with space. Like maybe just leave it alone. I don't want to keep finding
Yeah,
out
just leave
stuff.
it alone.
Or send some certain people up there and they can stay up there, and then we'll have this going on here.
Yeah.
One of the two. What is your favorite thing about space?
The fact that nothing makes sense. It's very timey-wimey. So if we look at like the James Webb telescope, we're actually
Mhm.
looking back in time. And I've read like because of course the ADHD fuels most of my research.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know this thing. I'm gonna go Google for like 2 hours and then I'll be proficient at it. So just I've read so much about like we're looking at something from years ago, but we're looking at it now. My brain just like can't wrap itself around how that is possible, I suppose.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense in our 2 or even 3D way of thinking of things sometimes.
Mhm.
That's like a 5, 6D situation that like
Yeah.
that yeah, it gets very confusing. So yeah, it just actually blows my mind even just thinking about it.
I know.
I was just like, oh man, you're right. It is very timey-wimey. And I know that's like a
Mhm.
super like Doctor Who phrase, but also
Yeah.
perfectly for what we're talking about, because what the what the
I
fuck?
know. That's like the only phrase I can think of, honestly, to describe it because it just doesn't make sense to me, but it exists
Yeah.
nonetheless.
I'm looking at the past while being in the present. Like it makes yeah,
Yeah.
I got nothing. I got nothing. That's very, very fair. What is there anything else about space that you like besides it being super like what is it, like a conundrum in a paradox kind of situation?
It's just beautiful. Every
It is
image that
beautiful.
it is, just every picture I see, like the pillars of creation, it's just so crazy to think that we're on an Earth floating through space, okay? But there's beautiful shit around us. We're on Earth, we're paying bills. What?
Yeah, yeah. We're paying bills and there's this just you just look up and you see like masterpieces.
Yeah, I just think it's beautiful. Everything about it is so fascinating, and every time there's like a new alien thing or a new discovery, I'm on it. I'm reading about
Yeah,
it because it's just so crazy to be able to see things that they're discovering in real time. Like I'm alive for them to see the pillars of creation and all these
yeah.
beautiful things that like we'll never be able to see that in person.
That's a really good way of putting it. Are you in and obviously you don't have to get too specific with this, but like are you in an area where there's not a ton of light pollution, so you can actually like look up and see the actual sky at night.
No, unfortunately, I'm very much in the city of Denver, so there's so much light pollution. There are a couple places I've heard of where I can go take a peek, but by myself, and I don't know who I would even bring, so I just haven't checked it out yet.
Oh, is there an event like how do you feel about like the aurora borealis? I hope I'm saying that right. Aurora borealis. Is that
Mhm.
something you've gotten to see, or if you haven't, is that something you would like go to travel to somewhere to be able to see?
Yeah, they were out heavily. Geez, I want to say last month, towards the end of
Oh,
November, I
that's
believe.
right. That's right.
Yeah. And then I also lived in North Dakota for 6 years, and
I'm
they are
so
out.
sorry.
Yeah, they're pretty frequent there. I never caught one, unfortunately, but it's pretty common to see them there also.
Interesting. That's awesome. I always found that one super pretty because it's the one like when you're a kid you hear most about and they talk about the colors. So
Mhm.
like it's the one. Is there an event that you particularly would love to see if you got the chance to travel somewhere and that's like the place you would go see it?
Any of the meteor showers, I think. I have seen like several falling stars, and I just feel like a little kid every single time I see it. But yeah, I would definitely travel to see some falling stars.
That's awesome. That's that that is a dream. I don't think I've ever gotten to see one, so I'm kind of jealous. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Scream. Every time I see one, I scream. I'm like, oh my god.
Do you do the wish thing too?
Of course. Yep.
Okay, good,
Every
good.
single time.
Good, I love that. I love that. All right, so Moon, we've been talking for a while, and I've really appreciated it. I have some last closing questions. They're super difficult. They're going to be like the hardest questions you've ever heard in your life.
Okay,
None of that is true. But I'm going to ask you a few questions to close us out here. Is that okay?
sounds good.
Great. All right. So we talked about your favorite decks. Do you have a favorite card?
Ponder.
Ponder. Why Ponder?
Because every time I play it, I say ponder these nuts. Playing it every single
I
time.
just
I'm
got
like, I'm gonna ponder these nuts real
I
quick.
just got played on my own podcast. You know what? That's it, folks. Thank you for that's awesome. That's truly. Also, it's just a really good card, but also
It
being
is.
able
It's
to
so
say
fun.
that
Yeah.
is so funny. All right, so ponder these nuts. Got it. Got it. Got it. Is that the card?
Also, go ahead. So there's another
Oh,
card
oh,
that I put a couple people onto. It's called Unexpected Results.
okay.
It is Simic. It's kind of wordy. I don't remember exactly what it does, but that one is a lot of fun. I think something about you shuffle, you check the top card of your deck. If it's a land, it goes on the battlefield. You repeat the process or something. Not sure.
Just
It's a lot of fun
I
though.
got you. I got you. You're actually pretty spot on. Shuffle your library, then reveal the top card. If it's a non-land card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. If it's a land card, you may put it into the battlefield and return unexpected results to its owner's hand.
Yes,
That is awesome. And
it's a
so
lot of
so you
fun.
like so what I hear is you like gambling.
I love gambling and I love Chaos Warp because I will Chaos Warp my own stuff.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot. So do you just like gambling as it comes to Magic, or do you like gambling as a whole?
I actually do not condone gambling in real life, but only Magic the Gathering gambling.
Only Magic the Gathering gambling. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. I can appreciate that. So when it comes to what's on my board, we're definitely going to gamble, but
Yeah,
uh real life Moon, no gambles, no gambles
no
whatsoever.
gambling.
Do
Yeah,
you
I have
play
too much anxiety.
do you play gamble in your decks?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
And I really love cards like that. I love any kind of cards that leave it up to chance. So if I have to roll a dice or like Chaos Warp is like you don't know what you're gonna get, I love the surprise of that.
Have you ever played Invert Polarity?
Invert, that sounds so familiar, but I don't think
So
so, no.
it's from MH3. It's a counter target spell. If and then flip a coin. If it's heads, you get to play that spell instead. If it's tails, the spell is just countered.
I love that.
And it's is it? I can't remember if it's three total, but yeah, it's another one of those like, all right, I counter your spell, but actually I might get to play it instead. So
I love that.
yeah, Invoke Polarity is a good one. So what is your if you had to pick one, and I know I'm making you pick one of your favorite children here, but if you had to pick one chancy, gambly card, what would you say is your favorite one?
I'm gonna say Chaos Warp.
You're gonna say Chaos Warp.
Yeah.
Is it because it costs less than unexpected results?
I think it's fun.
Okay.
Sometimes I will Chaos Warp someone being a problem, or sometimes I'm bored and I'm like, I want to get rid of this little tiny creature I have and just hope I get something better. I just love it. It's like a little adrenaline rush. I don't like gambling, but I will take a gamble for Chaos Warp.
That's fair. I mean, like I've Chaos Warped my commander and just ended up getting a land. Like, it happens, and no, and that's okay. Like, if my commander is gonna get killed because of a board wipe, might as well just chaos warp it, and it's going to the same place. I just might get something out of it. You get a land or you get another big creature, and cool, great,
I mean,
good,
fair. Yeah.
yeah. Also, it's instant speed. That also helps. Instant speed is great. We love instants. What we mentioned a lot of cards here. So another thing that we want to pinpoint down. Maybe it is Chaos Warp. Is there a card that you would say you play most often in the decks that you can play them in? So maybe it's not colorless, but every time you play a specific color, this card is in that deck.
Ooh, you know what? I will say this is just like the first ones coming from the top of my head.
Hmm.
Swords to Plowshares as well as Path to Exile.
Okay.
Any, which I mean feels like a very generic answer, but yeah,
No,
I
that's
gotta
okay.
get. And another one that I really enjoy, and not a lot of people fuck with this card a lot, is Unwanted Remake. It's the
Okay.
same mana drop, does the same exact thing exactly, but a whole lot of people just like don't run it, I guess. Really
They don't
into
like
it,
the manifest dread for some reason.
which I mean, I guess I kind of understand, but it's also for your opponent, so who gives a shit?
Yeah,
Just be like,
because
yeah, go do this. It's not
it's
for
a
me.
it's a 2/2 creature, but it could be a land down there, so they can't even flip it.
I mean, fair. Yeah.
Yeah. And instead of actually giving them a land or life, so I actually get that.
Yeah.
Also, I think people also don't like it because it's destroy versus exile.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That is a fair point.
But if that part of it ends up helping you anyway, then like cool. Because
Hmm.
maybe you're running aristocrats, right? You're running Orzhov and you want to kill something instead of exiling, so you kill it, and then
Yeah.
you get triggers. So I think Unwanting Remake is not as bad as people make it out to be. I can agree with them, but I even with Path and Swords, like they're staples for a reason. So it's okay to say those. That's okay.
They're just my favorite. I love building a white deck, and I'm like, let me just get these two little babies, and now it's done.
Yep. And then people are like, I'm gonna do this thing on my next turn, and you're like, no, you're not.
No, you're not, actually.
No, you're not. No, no. I say no, and they're like, okay, well, then it is what it is. Is there a card or a play style or something that you think people should play more of in Magic? Maybe a mechanic even that you think people should play more often in Magic.
Ooh, I'm gonna be honest. My favorite well, I have two favorite mechanics. It's a close
Okay.
tie. Skulk, love that,
Love Skulk.
and I love Wither. I think Wither is so much fun, and people look at me like I'm a villain when I say that.
Hmm.
I love that. I think that needs to be played on more. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I think
I own a McCready deck.
I do
Um,
too. I
okay.
love it.
All right. Tell me about your McCready deck.
It doesn't work. You can just go on and talk about it.
My McCready deck is Orzhov, little guy, aristocrats. I try to make as many little guys as possible, and honestly, like the win con ends up being just doing aristocrat stuff and like
Okay.
attacking with Skulk, right? But the point of it is for me to play Storm of the Herd and
Ooh.
or Storm Herd, whatever the name is of the card is,
Yeah.
and make a million ponies. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to get to 10 man and make a million ponies because I have like 100 life from aristocrating, and then just that's it. I don't even care if I can swing with them. I just want to make 100 things, and then if they die, they die. But hey, I made 68 unicorns. Like
Yeah.
that's a good day to me.
That's honestly that would be like, hey, my deck is gonna do a fun thing that I enjoy, and if it doesn't work out, then whatever. At least you got to do the fun thing with your deck.
Exactly. I rarely get to do it because I rarely ever get to the point where I can get to like 10 mana.
Fair.
Because
I
like
understand.
my mana rocks are getting destroyed, or lands are hard to find in decks even if you play 38 of them. Don't make fun of me. That's always the point of the deck. It always ends up just doing the aristocrat thing because aristocrats is easy, right? Like
Fair. Yeah.
it's just like I don't play blood artist, but we'll say play blood artist and Zulaport, and then things die and then you kill people. But I really just want to play Storm Herd and make as many unicorns as possible. That's really the point of the deck.
I don't blame
Um,
you. That sounds like
and
fun.
it is a lot of fun actually. And then what was the other thing you said there? You said Skulk and Wither. I used to have a Masker Girl known killer, the one that gives other creatures Wither.
Oh, I love that.
It was actually really, really fun. It was just a lot of people don't like Wither, like you said, and I end up dying
I
very
know.
quickly because people don't like Wither.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with like the proliferating Atraxa. If I sat down
Yeah,
at a pod with her, they'd be like,
they try to take you out immediately. Is your side note? Is your Trax Super Friends or is it a poison?
So I actually took her apart to build Super Friends.
Oh,
Because I have 2 poison decks and poison gets a bad rap. I just wanna do my fun things, and you guys are haters. But anyway, I did take her apart, so I only have 1 poison deck now.
who's the poison duck?
Ren the Relentless.
Interesting.
I put damn, what is his name? There is a rat, Caramonix, from Phyrexia. He gives all your rats Toxic 1, I believe. So he's in it. It's got a couple tutors, so I can get him out. It's very quick to get people to die by poison. So I mean, like, I understand why people don't like it. It's fun for me.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's what it's supposed to be. It's fun for you.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, I can understand that. People do not like poison. I don't love poison, but I also it's one of those things where it's like people don't like stacks, but also it has a place.
fair. Yeah,
Like you kind of need it sometimes. Like if someone's at 100 life, you're like dealing damage to them is going to be impossible. Poison
yeah.
damage. Like those are your options at that point. So
I'm super fair about it also. I try to do like if we're just playing a chill game, I'll do house rules. So I have to get to like 15 or 20 before you're out,
yeah,
which means that kind of persuades people to let me play my poison deck.
you can play it against me anytime you want. I'll try to
Oh
kill you.
yeah.
I probably won't. I'll probably die before then, but I'll try.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any? I mean, you've hit a lot of goals already, but do you have any goals coming that you'd like to hit coming up for yourself?
I'm trying to move a lot of merch at the moment. The charity that I have chose is one like super close to me. It's the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and a portion of my proceeds goes to that charity. So I'm trying to move enough merch to give them a hefty donation. So that right now is probably my primary goal, I would say.
That's awesome. I love that. And then last question, kind of a multi-parter, but last question. Do you have any hopes for yourself as it comes to you as a person, you as a content creator, the community as a whole, and then Magic or Wizards for the next coming like months, years, whatever have you?
Honestly, my biggest thing is I hope Wizards sees the value in women's voices and women's opinions. So I know the Hasbro CEO is kind of like in the hot seat for trying to push product to get women
Mhm.
in. I think there needs to be some fresh faces in Wizards of the Coast as well as within the community. And I think that there needs to be more representation for women as well as people you don't see often. So my trans homies,
Mhm.
anyone of color as well. I think there needs to be a rotation in the faces that we're seeing for ambassadorships as well as MagicCon badges. And that got a MagicCon badge, I feel like it's kind of like the same people, get them every single year. And it's like, oh, you're going to be there again. And of course, I hope that isn't taken negatively. I just hope that there are some fresher perspectives and opinions coming to the community. And for myself, geez, I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I hope, like in a year from now, I can get over the imposter syndrome. That's something that, I got to work on by myself, kind of just getting over that you're not good enough or even like maybe you don't belong here. You're not good enough to be in this space, I guess. I'm really just trying to conquer those own internal feelings, I suppose.
That's understandable, and I will do everything I can to try to help you in that journey because I
Appreciate
think you're
that.
fantastic. No problem. I think you're fantastic. I appreciate that you have me in your circle as a whole because like I've said before, and I'll say again, and I'll say again and again and again, you're a fantastic person. The community is better for having you in it. I'm glad you didn't quit. I'm glad that you didn't give up on this dream, and I'm so happy to see that you are getting the recognition that you deserve as a person, as a content creator, and I can't wait to see where this journey continues for you.
Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that so
You're
much.
very
And I'm so
welcome. You're
glad to
welcome.
have you, in my circle of people. I try not to play favorites, but I do have like a group of people that I am always going to be there for, and
Yeah.
you're definitely in that circle. So thank you so much for having me here. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
I'm the chaos warper of the group. I know. It's okay. I joke. She loves all her children equally.
I
Mother,
do.
father loves her children equally.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to plug or anything? We've talked about, and you're welcome to talk about it again. The clothing, Magic Con. Is there anything else you'd like to plug or talk about those again?
Yes, absolutely. So will this air before MagicCon? I guess
Yes.
is my next question.
Yes.
So if you are in any kind of Moon Plays Magic gear while at MagicCon, I will sign it. I'll take a picture with you. And if you can't make it to MagicCon, please send me a picture because I will be posting those pictures on my page. And of course, just kind of like plugging the people that support me.
That's awesome. And again, it's Fast Online Magic, or is it
Yes.
just Fast Online? Fast Online Gaming. Fast Online Gaming for
And then their website is fastdon'tlie.com.
fastonline.com, supporting, what was the name of the charity again, just to make sure?
The National Domestic Violence Hotline.
National Domestic Violence Hotline. And then also, like you said, you're going to MagicCon and you're doing big things, and it's just going to keep growing and getting bigger. Also, shout out Cardslinger and Manabox because
Yeah, of course.
also
Cardslinger,
cool.
Manabox, as well as Inkmats. Thank you all so much. And Fast Don't Lie Gaming for just sponsoring me. I never thought I would be here and being able to say these things. So it's kind of like surreal that I'm in this position. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's amazing. You really do deserve it. And Moon, again, thank you so much for your time here. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Thank you for not roasting me too much. I do appreciate that. I am a soft soul and I probably would have cried live on this platform, but I appreciate you taking mercy on me.
Yeah, of course. I look mean, but I'm not. I promise.
She really is. And she's, if you see her at MagicCon, say hi. Don't be weird. This is the same thing for, and I've said this a million times in all of these, and this is for all creators. Don't be weird. And maybe if they're going to the bathroom or maybe in the middle of eating, don't bother them. But otherwise, they're there
Yes.
to say
Yeah.
hi. And I think Moon would probably agree to most of that, if not all of that.
Yeah. Don't follow me to the bathroom. That's weird.
It's weird. It's weird, people. But again, Moon, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Are fantastic. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Just remember, when despair tries to win, counter with hope. And I hope you have a great one.